Well, time now to get all our correspondents there tracking these elections for us, joining us this evening to take the deliberations forward because they get you the pulse from the ground. All 5 reporters there joining us this evening. Tapash joining us, Tapash Bhattacharya joining us from Lucknow. We've got Gautam Roy joining us from Ladakh, Dibendu Mondal joining us from West Bengal, Salman Haider joining us from Patna, Ashutosh Mishra joining us from Bhubaneswar. Let me first come to you, Tapash. Looking at this elections and the fortunes of political heavyweights, especially in UP, how do you see this political battle play out, especially in this phase?
Well, there are 14 parliamentary constituencies that will go to polls in this particular phase. In fact, BJP is banking on the next 3 phases in UP to up their tally from 61 that they had last time around. So they are looking forward, that they increase their tally from the last time around that they had. So as I mentioned, there are 3 major what you call the seats that are up for grabs. The first is definitely the one in Rai Bareli, the second is Amethi, and the third is where I am currently, the Lok Sabha seat of Lucknow. So these are high profile what you call seats in Uttar Pradesh. Now in this phase, as I mentioned, 14 seats will be going for 4 polls. In the next phase 6 also there will be another 14, and then in the last phase also you have 13 seats. So in all these seats matter a lot because there will be direct conflict that will happen. And remember, in the last 2 elections, Lok Sabha election in 2014 and 2019, the 2014 BJP got more than 70 seats, and in 2019 they got more than 61. They got 61 seats. So if they want to have any chances of having a third term, they need to make the most of these 3 states and these 3 phases. And that's one reason why you had Prime Minister Narendra Modi today and tomorrow he will be having 7 rallies in the state. And as I mentioned, there's an old saying that the route to Delhi goes through Uttar Pradesh, and if, as I mentioned, if any party wants to have any say in the seat of power in Delhi, UP is the place they want to have the most say. So that is one reason why you have all the people, especially Rahul Gandhi, Smriti Irani, you have Rajnath Singh. They're all working hard to make sure that they win their respective seats.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you joining us. Let's shift to Dibendu Mondal joining us from West Bengal. Dibendu, how do you look at the political battle in West Bengal? Looking at West Bengal going to poll across all 7 phases, what could be something that is very interesting in this particular phase?
Well, Anil, that's right. I could not hear your question properly, but what I understand is you're asking about the political landscape of West Bengal and that it is going to polls in 7 phases. But I'll quickly answer that question. I am currently at a rally that has been organized by the BJP in the Bangaon Lok Sabha constituency, and particularly in this phase, there are 7 constituencies that are going to polls in Bengal. As you rightly said, there are 7 Bengal is going to polls in all the 7 phases, and of course because of the fact that there have been multiple issues of cases of violence, poll-related violence that have been reported in the state of West Bengal over the last many years, which is why after a careful study of the political landscape of West Bengal, the Election Commission decided to hold the election in 7 phases. West Bengal is a very politically active and aware state, so therefore each and every individual takes part or has a political allegiance in this particular state. So of course, interesting battle here in West Bengal and many candidates in fray in this particular phase of the elections as well. Back to you.
Okay, Dibendu, I'll ask you to stay with us. Let's shift to Leh, Ladakh, where Gautam Roy joins us. Gautam, this is the first election in the region after a union territory has been carved out. What's the buzz? What's the sense that you get on the ground when polling takes place on Monday?
Well, Anil, It is, of course, good evening, but as they say in Ladakh, Jule to you from Kargil. In fact, I'm this evening in Kargil, traveled all day from Leh almost to get a sense of what's really happening in Kargil, because the battle for Ladakh, which is just one parliamentary seat, is now between, so to speak, Leh, which is one district, and Kargil on the other, because what's happened is that in Leh, there are two candidates, one from the BJP, Tashi Gyaltsen, who in fact is a nouveau candidate because the sitting MP from the BJP did not get this ticket. A new person was brought in. From the Congress, there's Namgyal, and from the Kargil region, there's one candidate, a consensus candidate, and his name is Haji Hanifa Jan. And now, since these two districts have different communities, a majority Buddhists on one hand in Leh and Muslims on the other hand in Kargil, the battle has become in terms of figuring out how this will impact the outcome of the contest, and there's a lot of speculation that it could lead to the division of votes in Leh, where the candidate from the independent candidate who used to be in the National Conference, which is basically a Kashmir party, a Jammu and Kashmir party, he might emerge victorious. But the two other candidates from the BJP as well as the Congress are giving it their all. I met the Congress candidate today as well, who has been campaigning in this region, in Kargil, for the last 3 days. And even the BJP candidate has been pushing really hard. The BJP, of course, won the last two elections from Kargil, the Lok Sabha elections, by very narrow margins. In 2014, it was just about 36 votes. 2019, it was a little bit more, about 8.6 or 4%. But this time, it's a tough battle that's been going on for Kargil, just between three candidates.
Okay. Shifting now to Patna, where we've got Salman Haider joining us. Salman, good evening. How does one take a look at elections in Bihar? 40 seats, 19 have voted. How do you see this particular phase, looking at some heavyweights in this election fray, especially big names, big names in this particular phase, whose fates will be decided?
Now, as you already said, Anil, there are two or three, a couple of heavyweights here, like Rajiv Pratap Rudi, who is contesting from Saran. He is, if he wins, he is going to make a hat trick there. But Rohini Acharya, the younger daughter of Lalu Prasad, you must be remembering, it was she who gave her kidney to save his father's life. So Lalu is all out to retain the seat which was lost so many years ago. So there will be a fight there, and Lalu Yadav and all the Mahagathbandhan allies are making it. They are going to make it all effort there.
Okay.
And another seat now. First of all, these all 5 seats were in NDA's
right.
camp. So all the 5 seats were earlier just sitting MPs are from NDA only.
Okay.
And now today, 2 seats of Mithilanchal is also going to poll in this phase, Madhubani and Sitamarhi.
True.
So Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah today held 2 rallies there and tried to vote voters in his favor, in his party's favor. Yes, Anil.
Okay, let's now move to Lalu Prasad's legacy being carried forward for Rohini. We'll come back to you for more updates on the story. Let's shift to Ashutosh Mishra joining us from Bhubaneswar. A quick look at the seats there in Odisha. How does one see this election? We have never seen, or we are yet to see violence, but I believe there is some violence that's taken place in Odisha today, and that unsettles, election and the political battle that follows.
You're absolutely right. Last night, in fact, there was violence in a village in Ganjam district under Khalikot Assembly constituency, which falls in Aska Lok Sabha constituency. And this is the first case of major violence in the state. And this time, the battle is very interesting and battle is very fierce also. And it is Prime Minister's personal interest in the state which is making this battle all this important, all this interesting. Prime Minister has visited the state twice. He has addressed at least 4 to 5 rallies. He held a road show in Bhubaneswar, and he is going to hold another road show in Puri on 20th. And other top BJP leaders have been visiting the state. Chief Minister has responded. He held a road show in Bhubaneswar today, and barbs are being thrown from both sides,
Okay.
And we in the state, we had never before seen such a recriminatory campaign, but this time, yes, this is because the stakes are high for both the parties.
Okay.
And of the 5 seats going to polls in this round, three are being held by the BJP, 2 are being held by Biju Janata Dal, led by Naveen Patnaik.
Okay.
Of the 3, 1 is held by Jwalaram, former
True.
Union Minister, whom he has himself said that this could be his last election. So he has tried to strike an emotional chord with the people.
Okay.
And he is contesting against Biju Janata Dal candidate, former Hockey India chairperson, Dilip Tirki, one of the best defenders that the game has seen.
Okay.
And in Bolangir, the sitting BJP MP, Sangeeta Singh Dev, she is taking on Surendra Singh Bhoi of the BJD.
Okay, so an interesting battle is what you are suggesting that could come from Odisha. Appreciate all the correspondents there on the ground. With us right now, Ashutosh, Salman Haider, Gautam Roy for joining us, helping us understand the elections on the ground.